I don't feel like I want any of my relationships to feel more important than any other relationships.
Have you heard the term relationship anarchy?
I have not. What is that?
So relationship anarchy is exactly what you're talking about, where your relationships, you don't regard like your relationships as any more important than the others. Um, and you engage with relationships in the ways that they suit you and your love, rather than like what is expected of you. Um, so
Beautiful.
yeah, and I got the term from a lover, and I've it was really interesting because I was monogamous with my spouse for 5 years before we opened our relationship, and like I was in polydynamics prior to being with him, and then when it was like, okay, like we're about to graduate from college and things like that, and I was like I really need this kind of dynamic. Like this has been really fun, and I've like great experiment in monogamy, it's rad, but I like need a different kind of dynamic.
Yeah.
So when we like opened up our monogamous relationship and I started seeing people outside of outside of that relationship, um my uh my lover introduced me to relationship anarchy, and it felt really good to have this commitment with this person where like I lived with them and like we had built a life together, we had adopted pets together, but like that relationship was no more important than um my QPP or my queer platonic partner, who we're not on track to living together. We don't really even see each other very frequently, but we talk on the phone pretty frequently. And like, that is a really vital and important relationship. And like my spouse did not have any kind of say in like how I engaged with that person. Like it was like up to me, and it was like up to me to balance my relationships. And it was like, it was my responsibility to make sure that I was um I was showing up for the people in my life. It wasn't my spouse's responsibility to manage any kind of that other than like his own feelings regarding my dynamics. And he was allowed, like not allowed, but like but like he was welcome to have his own like extra dynamics. He just never did. So I don't know, it's really comfortable, especially now that I don't have a nesting partner. It's me and like my roommate, who's moving out soon, and my pets. So it's kind of like, it's interesting, like going from a dynamic where I had somebody that was always there, and now it's like, now I'm kind of engaging in solo poly. Um, so I have two relationships, and then I have a lover who we're kind of building, pretty slowly, but we're building. And the three of them, like, it feels really good to just like show up for that, like for them, and like I don't have anybody to report to. It's very much like my life, and I'm engaging with it how I want to engage with it, and I have these people who love me, and want to see me and want to spend time with me. Because I don't know, like it's I don't like I'm sure that in my life I will have a nesting partner again. Um, but like nesting partners don't always want to see each other. You know, sometimes we're like over it and we don't want to engage with each other. And like I think that type of dynamic was really like damaging to me in a lot of ways. And I'm like really glad to not be in that dynamic anymore. And like um I still love my spouse a lot, and we still see each other um, about once every other week or so. We still live in the same city, Um, but I don't know. I love being responsible for my own relationships.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the not putting like a standard or a hierarchy on relationships and having the focus instead be on like, the individual connection that you're making with this person in your life, and like the needs that you have and that that person has, and like how you can how you can connect and how you can like show up for each other and not have that necessarily relate to any other connection you're having with any other person.
Right.
I really love that. I something that has something that bothers me about monogamy is
There's so many things.
so many things. One of the things that bothers me about monogamy is this feeling of ownership over another person,
Yeah.
and saying like this person is mine and I have a say in like their life and who they choose to interact with, and
Right.
choose to interact with those people, because I for me personally, I I have a lot of love. I I have enough love to give to multiple people, you know? And
Yeah, like love is not finite. Like I have enough of it to share with whomever I want to.